1310 WIVA, an iHeart radio station. Talking Golf at TPC Wisconsin is on the air. Talking Golf is brought to you by American Family Insurance, Oak Park Place, Wild Rock Golf Club, Zimbrick European. Also, University Ridge Golf Course, Ridge Top Exteriors, Wisconsin.golf, Cleary Building Corp, and Nevada Bobs. Now from the new home of TPC Wisconsin in Madison, here are the hosts of Talking Golf. Member of the Wisconsin Golf Hall of Fame, the legendary Dennis Tiziani, longtime Madison sportscaster Paul Braun, and Wisconsin sports veteran and statewide radio host Mike Heller.
We welcome you to Madison, Wisconsin and TPC Wisconsin, along with Dennis Tiziani, Mike Heller. I'm Paul Braun, Dave McCann, our engineer. Guys, quick thoughts on the weekend and the big senior open up in Stevens Point. Dennis? He's got your mic shut.
There we go. He did that on purpose,
That's
I think.
Okay. That's all right. We'll take care of him. Just wait. Just wait.
It's a start for you.
You're on now.
No, I'm not going to talk now.
Oh,
Let him talk. How's that?
We're off to a great start, aren't we, Mike?
Well, it was
Of
really
course.
it was very good. I think they did a nice job in the tournament. I don't think that it was as fair as it should be. You can't let bent grass grow that high and expected anything out of it. Very favorable to for the guy who hits it under 275 and into fairway, bunters. I mean, look who was the top. Look, 5 or 6 players here. That 350-yard player wasn't even in the game.
Yeah.
So, but they did a good job with it. I was involved with that.
Yeah, you were
With
in the design of
the
that.
design and the whole business of it. And I remember John talking about he wanted a course that had target golf, and that's what it was. It was a target golf course. So that guy that could hit that 3-wood out there, 270 or so in the fairway, he did it. So they did good with the course. It looked beautiful.
Mike, did you know
Yeah.
that when they chatted with Dennis and asked him for his advice?
Yeah, we
they flew down here in an airplane and picked him up and took him.
Well, he's a big shot.
Yeah.
Big shots get to do things like that. I was up on Thursday, walked around the course just as a spectator on Thursday. And again on Sunday, I followed Steve and Nicky around on Thursday, which was easier to do early in the tournament. On Saturday, I think it would have been awfully hard, paired with Jerry. And then on Sunday, I followed Steve and Nicky around the front side and then a little bit at the turn, and then came behind 18 and watched from 18. I thought in person it was fantastic, and on TV it played, like Dennis said, it was beautiful. It showcased, listen, they got a great break on the weather. The weather was good all weekend long, and the course looked fantastic. It will be good business for Sentry, and I thought it was good business for the USGA. I thought the course showed well, played well.
You know that water that you saw, that big lake? That's 65 feet deep. And it's on an angle. It is back so that it never freezes fully.
Yeah.
So the fish that are there's fish, they survive all winter
And
long.
you said they had to get permits, and that was quite a project, wasn't it, to get all of that approved?
Yeah, because it was a wetland area, and John did really good in getting that. I forget the fella he got. He was an attorney general of a sort. And they got the permits, and no different than we are here. Once the DNR knows that you're kind of doing the right thing, and they get on your side to help you get it done correctly, just like here. I mean, they were out here just the other day, and it's unbelievable environmentally what we did here.
Yeah.
It's far more pleasing to me, the environmental thing, because that's how we started out, getting environmentally right, than the course itself. They did really good.
I played up there with Mike James, their general manager. I don't know if you've dealt with him a month ago, but I don't know if he's telling me the truth or not, but that big body of water, he said there's muskie in there.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, and
All
it
right.
goes down.
There
Like I
it
said,
is.
they can be underneath.
Yeah.
There's more to that whole thing, you know. John Jonas was very good. He's a friend of mine. He was on the board of directors of Northland College, where I graduated from. He was on that board. And a very good guy, and he just a minor heart issue, and he winds up
passing away.
Couldn't believe it.
Well, let's talk about the winner. Bernhard Langer won the golf tournament. Steve Stricker was 5 under. Langer was 7 under. And Jerry Kelly finished third. He was 4 under, but Jerry was not real happy with the way he played on Sunday.
I didn't have much of a swing or a putting touch all day. I don't think I had the best luck with 3 divots and a plugged lie, but I put myself there, so you can't.
Steve Stricker is ready.
Argue with it. It's just I just didn't play well. I wanted to do the same things as the pressure heightened. I guess nature kind of took over. I've been nurturing a new move and a new swing, and it felt great the first 3 days, and nature kind of took its course today a little bit, and I got stuck way behind most of my shots, which didn't feel the best. But again, it was a battle, and I'm proud of the way I battled again. But having a front row seat to 45 and 46 of a really good friend of Bernard's, that was special. He can retire now, but
Jerry Kelly, who finished third in the U.S. Senior Open, and we've got Steve Stricker on the line, who was the runner-up. And Steve, let me begin where Jerry left off, talking about Bernhard Langer and what he did. You weren't paired with him, obviously, but what he has accomplished out here on the Champions Tour. And in winning at 65 for the U.S. Senior Open, it is very impressive. I know you know that.
Yeah, it really is. He's been a winner since day one, since he was just a little kid. I've been reading about some of the things that he's won early on in his career, when he was, in his teens. And he's just very committed. He keeps himself in good shape, good family man. He just has all his ducks in the row, and he's just, he keeps doing the impossible, it seems like, right? I mean, you would think he'd, a guy at 65 would be done winning, but he just continues to churn them out, and it's really impressive. It's pretty remarkable, 46 wins out there.
Steve, I found the same thing when I've reached out in the past to Bobbi after a tournament, in reaching out to you to make sure we're good for tonight. I don't know. It feels like I should congratulate you on a runner-up finish in a major championship, but it's always a weird feeling, because I think that you felt that this was a tournament, obviously, when you look back on it, that you could have won. How do you take compliments on finishing second in a major championship?
Yeah, it's tough. Thank you for one. But it's, one that, I wanted to win very badly. And each and every time I go out there, I feel like I should have an opportunity to win. I feel like I'm confident. I feel like my game's in a good spot. So I feel like I should get in the mix each and every time I get out there. And then when I do win, it's kind of it's a weird feeling. I feel like, well, shoot, I should have won. And then if I don't,
right.
If I finish second or have a top finish, it's like I'm disappointed. So I guess that's a good thing, because I expect to be right in there and win. But it, you don't get a lot of satisfaction out of finishing second. And especially, the one right here in our state, that would have been pretty cool. And but I, much like Jerry, I felt super excited to get out there on Sunday, almost to the point of where my tempo was quicker. I felt like I was going to shoot a good score, and then all of a sudden things weren't, I wasn't hitting the quality shots that I needed to hit. And then, and I saw Bernhard at 10 already, and it's like, holy cow, So probably why I played better on the back. I relaxed a little bit. I got more into the tempo that I normally play in, and started hitting some better shots, and made a run at the end. But yeah, it's disappointing, but what a great week. Wisconsin showed up big time. Great course. USJ did a wonderful job. Everything about it, was just like a major championship. It was really cool.
Steve, I saw where you mentioned that there was basically like 9 holes all 4 days where it just didn't work out the way you obviously were hoping. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, probably within those 9 holes, there was, a couple. Like the first day I make the turn 2 under and then make 2 doubles on 10 and 12. And really it was just those 2 holes. So, it was just a few holes on each side, but it felt like I played 9 holes really strong each day. And then, kind of meandered and kind of fluttered around on some of the other holes on the other 9 and just never really put together, a really good solid low round, which I felt like I could do. And that ultimately, making those 2 doubles probably, ended up costing me a tournament. But, it was a good week. Got in there again, and it was a thrill to play in front of everybody.
From the players' perspective, what was the overall reaction to Sentry World and their thoughts?
I think the overall reaction was really good, really positive. It was, I heard a lot of positive things from all the players. I think the USGA did it right. The rough was super long on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and they came out there. Well, they cut it before us getting there on Monday because I played it on Saturday before the tournament week, and the rough was super long, and you could only advance it maybe 30, 40 yards down the fairway. And then I got there on Tuesday, and the rough had been cut a little bit. Still very penal, pretty tall. And then when we teed it up on Thursday, it looked like they had cut it one more time and even cut it down grain just off the fairway. So if you just missed the fairway, at least you had it down grain. So it looked like they knew it was going to be tough, and they adjusted their setup. I wish we could have hit more drivers. That potentially is an asset for me. Is that I had got a little bit of extra length on everybody. Some of the players, not everybody, but some of the players, and we ended up not hitting a lot of drivers. I think I hit about 4 or 5 drivers around, and it just wasn't. The holes weren't set up to hit drivers, and they moved us up on quite a bit of the tees, and so that I wish we could have been back there hitting drivers a little bit more.
Steve, I would love for you to take us through your mindset on the choice between driver and 3-wood. And let's use 18 yesterday as an example. Now Nikki doesn't go back to 18 with you there. So you're there with a driver and 3-wood. And on the TV copy, you're up there getting ready to hit driver, and you make the change. Is that a mental – take us through the process. What's going through your head on making that decision and in that particular case?
Yeah, every day there, I had intentions of hitting. The first day I hit driver, and I think a 9-iron, something in there like that. And then the other days I ended up hitting 3-wood. 3-wood and a 6-iron one day, 3-wood and a 6-iron out of the bunker yesterday, and I think it was a 7-iron the other day with a 3-wood. But every day I got back there, I thought it was going to be into the wind and out of the left, and then as I sat up over it yesterday, I'm like, holy cow, this is almost helping. There was some sort of funnel there almost that the wind got going down and off the left. And so it's a little bit easier for me to turn the 3-wood over and, be a little bit more accurate with that than the driver. And I hit a good one yesterday. The wind just got it at the end and just pushed it a little bit to the right, and I caught the edge of the bunker. But it ended up playing a lot shorter. I was going to hit driver with Jerry that day, and it didn't look like he hit his driver that good. And he's like, oh, no, get up. And then it went way out there.
Yeah.
So I hit 3-wood there, and got it out there plenty far and hit a 9-iron in there that day, I think. Yeah, it was a 9-iron. So it just was a weird part of the golf course where the wind almost seemed to be going downwind. But if you look at my yardage book, it should have been hurting off the left and ended up always being a little bit helping. So that's why I would get up there with the driver with full intention to hit it and then feel this bit of wind and, it was going down. So that's why I would switch.
Steve, the last question, then we're going to let you go, and thank you for the time. Langer played 4 rounds of golf and did not have one chip shot the entire weekend. That's pretty rare, isn't it?
Yeah, especially at a U.S. Open, but the U.S. Open setups are changing, there's a lot more runoff areas, a lot more areas where you can putt the ball or using utility clubs to kind of chase it. But the fringes and around the green complexes at Sentry World were so pure, better than most greens, and the speed was such that it wasn't that big a difference. Well, it was a difference, but it wasn't super slow putting from the fringe area. So they used the same grass, I found out, in their fringe areas, which extended maybe 10, 15 yards from the front of the green all the way around the green, the same grass in those areas as they did on the green. So it was a very good surface just to putt everything if you wanted to.
Steve, last one for me, and then we will let you go, and we do appreciate you spending time with us. Schedule-wise, Akron a week from now at Firestone, I assume is on your schedule. Will you go to the British after that? Has that decision been made for you?
I am not going to the British. No, I am going to Akron, and then I'm going to go on a fishing trip up in Canada.
There you go.
So,
there you go.
Yeah.
Good choice.
Good choice. Thanks, Steve.
Do something fun.
Thanks, Steve.
Appreciate it.
All right, guys. Thank you.
That's Steve Stricker, and we talked about Bernard Langer. 46th win, which is a PGA Tour Championship record. He went past Hale Irwin's 45. He's won 12 major championships. There's a little bit of a dispute. NBC Sports said he's won 124 events in his 50-year career. Langer said it's 122, but I guess who's going to fight over two wins?
Right.
65 years old, and he chatted with Jimmy Roberts of NBC Sports after he won the tournament yesterday.
It's been very difficult ever since I won my 45th in Naples in February, and I tied Hale Irwin's record, and everybody keeps talking. Wherever I play, people come up and say, make this year 46, make history here, and it's hard to get away from it. But I did very well. I was able to block it out for the most of the time and just try to stay in the presence, and I really felt at peace today, which we don't always do. I was in the zone and praying a lot, reading my Bible, and my verse for the week was, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And thank you.
I think there are a lot of people who are probably watching who might not have even been golf fans, but were rooting for a guy who is doing something that maybe a lot of people thought he shouldn't be able to do by now. How much longer do you think you can play at this level?
I really don't know. It all depends if I'm staying healthy or not. There's a lot more aches and pains right now than there have been 10 years ago, but I still enjoy the game, and if I play like I did this week, I'm going to keep playing. But, there have been the odd week when I saw, what are you doing out here? Go home and play with the grandkids,
Well, those are the comments of Bernard Langer. And we got to take a break, but we're going to have to ask Dennis a little bit later on in this show about the putting.
Careful.
And
you go.
Is he anchoring that putter? We'll take a break and we'll come back. We'll do that with Gary. And,
Gary D'Amato.
We'll start
What does
with
he
Dennis.
know about it?
Well, he'll ask you.
Oh.
We'll be back at TPC Wisconsin right after this timeout.
Life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance because you'll feel protected no matter how the wind blows. All so you can keep enjoying the home of your dreams. And our expert agents can help you save up to 23% when you bundle home with auto. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. American Family Insurance. Get a quote? Find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Relationships.
Building them.
Making them last a lifetime.
Since 1978, Clary has worked to develop true relationships with you, our customers.
Hi, I'm Sean Cleary, president of Cleary Building Corp. Relationships are what drive our success. So whether you are looking at storage for your toys or a new ag building, we hope to exceed your expectations each time we serve you. We are here for every stage of your life. Build your dreams today at clearybuilding.com.
Oak Park Place is a proud sponsor of the Golf and Vic radio show. While golfers need peace of mind to succeed on the course, Oak Park Place offers seniors and their loved ones peace of mind by providing the right balance of care centered around an active lifestyle. Hi, this is Pat Richter for Oak Park Place. Choose a senior living community with neighbors that become like family. Oak Park Place Senior Living. Locations throughout Wisconsin. Visit oakparkplace.com to learn more.
It's time to lock in your tee time at University Ridge Golf Course. Now taking reservations up to 90 days in advance for the 2023 golf season. Book at universityridge.com. Proud host of the American Family Insurance Championship, University Ridge is a course for everyone with tees ranging from 5,000 to 7,200 yards. Even if you don't have time to play, stop out and play on the free putting course or pay $20 to hit practice balls for an hour on our grass tee practice range. Play where the Badgers and the pros play in 2023.
When it comes to golf, being the best takes years of hard work, focus, and love of the game. It's no different for Ridgetop Exteriors. For over 20 years, transferring our neighbors' homes with new roofs, siding, and windows has been par for the course, and we've mastered our craft. For a free estimate, go to ridgetopexteriors.com. Affordable roofing, siding, and windows, plus award-winning customer service. Get your estimate today at ridgetopexteriors.com and let them know Ridgetop Larry sent you.
Looking for new equipment? TPC Wisconsin has a team of certified fitters that have been ranked top 100 club fitters by Golf Digest, Titleist, Ping, and Mizuno. TPC Wisconsin fitters use science, art, technology, and ball flight to determine the best equipment for your swing. To schedule your private fitting experience, contact Dylan Parisi at 608-249-1000. Learn from the best. Get better. Only at TPC Wisconsin. And we're back at TPC Wisconsin along with Dennis Tiziani, Mike Heller. I'm Paul Brown, and Gary D'Amato is joining us. He's on the line. But first, I want to ask Dennis this question because you had some thoughts on Mr. Langer and his putting style. Is that a diplomatic way of asking you about
Well,
things?
it's a question. You know, he's brought it up by himself. He's brought it up on the putting green. Has somebody take a look at it. When I look at it, his left arm is against his side.
And you can't do that.
Well, it's anchored. So now what? Now he hasn't chipped, but now he's got a putter that's 60 inches long. He could hit it out of the rough and rolled it up those deals that were there. So that was an advantage for him. But the putting thing is an issue. I know there's people questioning that, the anchoring part, and he's addressed it to the point where I guess people are satisfied. But when I look at it, and I could only see it TV-wise, I saw his arm against his side. That's an anchor.
How do you see it, Mike?
Well, I think it's a good time to bring in Gary D'Amato because I want to get a clarification of the rule. Is the equipment what can't anchor, or is it any, like if you put your hand under your chin as you're gripping, now that's anchored. But, Dennis, you're talking about his arm is fully anchored against his left chest, but his hand is off his body. At what point do they consider a body part anchored to another body part?
Any body part.
So then that, to me, would be an issue. Gary, has that come up in your coverage on Bernhard Langer and in talking with the other beat writers, the reporters who cover it? Has it come up in your conversations?
It has come up, and I don't know the rule about the left arm pressing up against the chest or the body. I'm not sure if that's considered anchoring, but
absolutely.
I know I've seen pictures of him with his right hand on the top of the putter and pressed against his shirt. You can see the wrinkles in his shirt, and people keep sending me those photos, actually, and saying he's cheating, he's anchoring.
Mm-hmm.
So, they're taking screenshots off TV and stuff. It doesn't look like he anchors all the time, but I think sometimes the butt of that putter is so close to his chest, if not on it, that people think he's anchoring there.
Let's go to the tournament as it is. You spent the full week up there. I want to ask you about playing Lido. You played Lido today at Sand Valley, so I want to get to that before we leave. But talk to me about this tournament. It's been a long time coming, and they got their full shot. The weather was fantastic. What was your reaction and your brethren's reaction at Stevens Point this week?
Yeah, to use a mixed metaphor, it was a home run. I thought the course was just outstanding. Not only the condition, but just the strategic part of it and the way it beat up a lot of players. And I asked a number of players, and Rob Hernandez helped me with this, asking players if they thought it could host a regular U.S. Open. And I even asked Mike Braun, the CEO of the USGA, if he thought it could host the U.S. Open, and he said, and they all said yes. And Mike Braun said, yeah, we could add enough yardage, we could go back on tees, and it would be long enough. But obviously, the problem is there's not enough hotel rooms, for a U.S. Open. But the course was just outstanding, and it was a great leaderboard and great community support. It was really, really good all the way around, I thought.
Gary, what was the reaction and all of the things that were going on Saturday with Steve and Jerry and the environment and the emotion and all of that? How did you guys see it from the press room?
Well, I walked a lot of the course with those guys, and thank God I had a inside the ropes pass, because I felt sorry. I saw Bobbi and Izzy walking along with them, and I don't know how they saw anything. There were so many people there. But thankfully I had a front row seat and I could see everything. But it was a huge, huge gallery following those guys, and it was a lot of fun. I'm sure they had fun too.
Yeah, that I wasn't in person on Saturday. I was there on Thursday and Sunday, but I thought Saturday watching it on TV, it was like the Steve and Jerry show on NBC, because they spent all of their time with him, and rightfully so. And it goes back, and Gary, we've had this conversation. Dennis has been involved, and Paul, we've all had this conversation. What's going on right now with these two? We state it seemingly weekly. It's extraordinary for what they are doing for the golf world and for Madison proper, but the state of Wisconsin. There'll never be anything quite like this again. There's never been anything like it before.
You're right. There will never be, I don't think, two players at the highest level, and I know it's Champions Tour, but I consider that the highest level. We'll never have two players like this, the way they're playing, especially Steve, but Jerry too. I mean, Jerry's played great for a long time on this tour, and what Steve is doing is just, it's mind-blowing. I mean, he's disappointed finishing second and third these days, and he's got that string of top 10 finishes that goes back to last August now. It really is incredible.
Dennis, why don't you tell your story about your involvement with one of the holes up there? And you were actually responsible for them changing one of the holes up there. Why don't you tell that story?
Well, John Jonas and I, we were good friends. He was the CEO. He was on the board at Northland College, where I graduated. So we were fairly close, and he had me involved with him and Trent Jones and another fellow about the design of the course. And he was very adamant that it was going to be a target course, not a long drive course. Turned out just exactly like that in his tournament, because look down the first 5 or 6 players on that team. They're not long hitters. Long hitters are playing out of the woods. These guys were able to go ahead and dink it around and still get close enough to be hitting a short iron on the green. But there is a hole, I think it was the 5th one, par 5, dogleg left, water on the left. That's the one longer hit it over that tree that's in the fairway.
Yeah.
So John hit it down, and Trent hit it down there straight ahead like a target. So when I got on the tee, I said, they said, "Where are you going?" I said, "Well, I'm going to go right over here. I'm going to go across the water." So I did. I hit it over the water, hit a 9-iron to that par 5. The next day, the dozers were out, and the tee went back. It's never going to happen again. He was funny.
Gary, you were there in person, but in the media, in the press area, you're able to watch a fair amount of it, see how it plays on TV. And I'll just add this to it and let you expound upon it. But it played super on television. The looks of it, the drone footage, the overheads, the aerials, they were all fantastic. The court, they had to love what Sentry had to love is that they just showcased their property for the nation to see, and it looked fantastic.
It did, and I talked to Pete McPartland, the CEO now of Sentry Insurance. I interviewed him on Sunday, yesterday, and we talked about, he gave his employees and associates the week off and told them, come watch golf and on the weekend come watch golf, and you don't have to worry about coming into work Monday. And there were Sentry Insurance employees all over the place. They had 2,000 volunteers and a waiting list for volunteers, which I think is incredible for a relatively small city in central Wisconsin. But yeah, the community really, really embraced the championship, and Sentry Insurance is the insurer provider for the USGA. They have a great relationship, and there's no doubt there's going to be more things coming back to Sentry World.
Before we let you,
he's got to give us his golf report on the day.
I want to. You played Lido today.
How much time do we have?
Sand Valley.
30 seconds.
No, going to be for his report. At least 30 minutes. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You got to play Lido at Sand Valley today, and I knew you were fired up about it. Give us your review.
Phenomenal. I mean, the only thing I didn't like about it was a hot day, and there is not one single tree on the golf course. No shade at all.
There you go.
And it was
you
have to walk it. You have to walk it with a caddy, and it was a tough walk. But the course itself is absolutely phenomenal. It's like nothing in our state. They tell me that people, you have to stay there on the property to be able to play the course. And they tell me people are renting houses and not staying overnight just so they can play the golf course. They're completely booked up this year. It's something else. It's quite a place.
Is his report okay, Mr. Tiziani?
Yeah, it's okay when there's nothing else like it. Obviously, he's a big shot now, so he goes from place to place. He doesn't associate with us in Madison anymore.
Just wait till he gives the review after playing this.
Well, wait a while. The key word was if he can play here.
If he can play.
I'll let him ride in the car, but no play.
Gary, we'll work on him for you. Mike and I will work on
it.
Stevie. Yeah, I'll have you as a guest.
We'll be back after this timeout at TPC Wisconsin. Thanks, Gary.
A new year, and maybe it's time for new equipment. If yes, Nevada Bob's is the place to go. Jeff and Max are the fittest fitters around, and they can set you up from driver to putter and everything in between. And anything else golf-related, wheel and deal with Joel.
Your game, your store, always at the best price.
Life's better with an auto policy from American Family Insurance. No matter what dreams you're driving towards. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto coverage at the right price. You'll also save up to 23% when you bundle auto with home. American Family Insurance. Get a quote, find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
When you're looking for an amazing golf experience, look no further than Wild Rock Golf Club in the Wisconsin Dells. This stunning championship course offers unforgettable views from elevated tee boxes with greens that roll fast and true. Cut from the natural beauty of the Dells, Wild Rock is truly a sight to behold. Secluded and sheltered from the outside world, Wild Rock is a unique gem that offers challenges for all skill levels. Enjoy the Wild Rock experience. Do yourself a favor by booking your tee time online today at wildrockgolf.com. That's wildrockgolf.com.
Oak Park Place is a proud sponsor of the Golf Effect radio show. While golfers need peace of mind to succeed on the course, Oak Park Place offers seniors and their loved ones peace of mind by providing the right balance of care centered around an active lifestyle. Hi, this is Pat Richter for Oak Park Place. Choose a senior living community with neighbors that become like family. Oak Park Place Senior Living. Locations throughout Wisconsin. Visit oakparkplace.com to learn more.
This is Gary D'Amato, senior writer for Killarney Golf Media and Wisconsin.golf. Visit Wisconsin.golf for the latest in golf news and feature stories about people, places, and tournaments in our state. And listen to Talking Golf on TPC Wisconsin to hear me spar with Dennis Tiziani. Wisconsin.golf and Talking Golf. On the internet and on your radio dial, the voices of golf in Wisconsin.
Why drive an ordinary car when for the same monthly payment, you could be driving something extraordinary? Aaron Perkins, General Manager, Zimbrick European. Imagine yourself behind the wheel of a Mercedes-Benz, Audi, or Porsche. More safety, performance, and luxury, and way more fun. And getting more costs less than you think. Zimbrick European makes leasing affordable. Discover the value for yourself. Stop in and test drive a Mercedes-Benz, Audi, or Porsche today. Visit Zimbrick European and find out why leasing the car of your dreams makes so much sense.
Your golf game need a pick-me-up? It's one-stop shopping only at Nevada Bob. Joel and his crew can equip you, dress you, teach you, and here's the best part. New or used, clubs, shoes, bags, carts, apparel, balls, you name it, and they got it. Isn't that right, Joel?
Your game, your store, always at the best price.
Back on Talking Golf at TPC Wisconsin, I'm Mike Heller, and we welcome in Travis Becker. He is the director of golf here at TPC Wisconsin. And we're going to do this, obviously. I have been doing it on a regular basis. I want to talk about your junior program because let me start here. At TPC Wisconsin, it's a membership club, but the junior program, as it comes to lessons, is not membership driven. And I think that's important to put out into the ether, that if you've got family kids who are interested in this game, that you can be part of the junior program and a junior lesson system here at TPC Wisconsin.
Correct. You do not have to be a full golf TPC member. We start with the membership, of course, but then again, our mission as a PGA golf professional is to grow the game of golf. Yeah. So we have our doors open to the junior players in the area. Some of them come from a few hours away.
Yeah. It's funny because my kids are mostly grown now, but youngest is 20. But the club programs that they have come from, whether it's soccer or volleyball or basketball or baseball, whatever that is, golf exists in that realm as well. But first, you start with your Tuesdays, which is the fun and the fundamentals of the game, right?
Correct. Our TPC Tuesday program is really for those juniors that are not on the high-end competitive skill set yet, or maybe they're just getting into the game. And we actually follow the American development model for golf that just came out a couple of years ago. And they give you kids age ranges 0 to 6. It's really about just getting them as active as you can in everything, scheduling playtime. Getting 6 to 9 years old, you're teaching them more sport-specific fundamentals, throwing, kicking, running, walking.
Yeah.
9 to 12-year-olds, then we start introducing some of the learning to play fundamentals. As they keep getting older and older, play to improve is that next phase. And pretty soon they're playing to compete and then playing to win. And all of this is to have a lifelong sport.
Yeah. And it's not just ages. I don't think. Tell me if I'm wrong. Not just ages. Some of that is built on acumen for the game and their ability. And if they begin to take off, then there's a little pull that says maybe we need to be doing something different, more personalized, individualized, and that is not age specific. Am I right on that?
You're right. I would say, some of the younger kids who don't have the attention span, a lot of that is about making it fun and getting them on the course. You're going to see some of the kids that eat and sleep golf when they're 7 years old.
Yeah.
They're ready probably to take the next step into a program like the PGA Junior League, where now they're competing on the golf course against other kids. It's still a really fun atmosphere, laid back. But
and that's a team deal, right? Because before, as it was with Cherokee, it will be the same. You're representing TPC Wisconsin. There are little uniform jersey tops or golf tops to do that. So in that regard, golf is an individual sport, but in that realm, it's a team sport, and you can have some fun with it.
Correct. How popular Little League Baseball is, this is Little League Baseball for golf. The kids get jerseys. They get their name on the back of it. They get to pick out their own number. They're in a team atmosphere. There's a lot of high fives. It's not just all the pressure on just yourself. So it's a great way to get into that next phase before you go on your own.
Talking with the director of golf at TPC Wisconsin, Travis Becker, and when we're doing this, a lot of people will hear this and go, okay, so this is developed for the player that is going to be at a higher level, tournament readying golf. And I think there's a world of this, a big world of this, that just wants you and those kids to enjoy the game, to become golfers, not necessarily collegiate scholarship golfers. Am I right on that?
100%.
Yeah.
I would, 5% of these players may go on to play college golf, and 1% of those may go on to play tour golf. So we are, again, being a lifelong sport and being in the game, we want people to be in it for the right reasons. And some of it's just to have fun. Some of it's to be social. Some of it's for exercise.
Yeah.
And then some of it is for that competition.
Well, and then with all of these kids, some of them we talk about are going to profile, right? They're going to show that they have a want to and an ability, And then those enter into individualized lesson programs to take them to the level that they aspire to and have the ability to get to.
Sure. The better players are the ones that want to do this at the next level. We usually customize a roadmap for them with private instruction so we can work specifically on their particular goals.
Travis, the facilities here, and then we'll check out of this one, but the facilities here are going to continue to grow at TPC Wisconsin. But as it sits now, you can run these lesson programs where kids or adults are concerned, for that matter, all the time. Heated hitting bays in the winter. We will have the ability down the road to do indoor putting work. There will be a putting lab, the big practice green in behind where the clubhouse is. The amenities here are going to continue to grow in that realm.
Correct. We're doing everything now from outside where we're using the full golf range. Our putting green just opened up about a week ago, so we're doing some short game stuff there. We use technology. We use TrackMan with our lessons so we can look at the data, but more importantly, we can actually see the ball flight year-round.
Very good. Well, as we go down the road, we're going to talk about teaching with technology, and we'll talk about more of the mental side of this game as well. Travis, thank you. Appreciate you being here, and we'll look forward to getting to do it again next time. TPC Wisconsin in the junior program. That's this conversation. We'll continue with Talking Golf at TP Wisconsin right after this.
Life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance because you'll feel protected no matter how the wind blows. All so you can keep enjoying the home of your dreams. And our expert agents can help you save up to 23% when you bundle home with auto. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. American Family Insurance. Get a quote? Find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to
Are
you.
we doing
American
Bobby
Family
Ray?
Mutual Insurance Company,
Bobby
SI,
right
is
away,
operating
or are
company
we
6000
doing Bobby a
American
little bit
Parkway,
later?
Wisconsin.
TPC Wisconsin houses a world-class golf instruction, coaching, and club fitting experience. Golfers have year-round access to our award-winning coaches and club fitters, state-of-the-art technologies, and PGA Tour quality facilities. If you'd like to learn more about junior and women's golf, private instruction, group coaching, or business clinics, please contact Travis Becker at tpcwisconsin.com. Learn from the best. Get better only at TPC Wisconsin.
When you're looking for an amazing golf experience, look no further than Wild Rock Golf Club in the Wisconsin Dells. This stunning championship course offers unforgettable views from elevated tee boxes with greens that roll fast and
Bobby
true.
is ready.
Cut from the natural beauty of the Dells, Wild Rock is truly a sight to behold. Secluded and sheltered from the outside world, Wild Rock is a unique gem that offers challenges for all skill levels. Enjoy the Wild Rock experience. Do yourself a favor by booking your tee time online today at wildrockgolf.com. That's wildrockgolf.com.
When it comes to golf, being the best takes years of hard work, focus, and love of the game. It's no different for Ridgetop Exteriors. For over 20 years, transferring our neighbors' homes with new roofs, siding, and windows has been par for the course, and we've mastered our craft. For a free estimate, go to ridgetopexteriors.com. Affordable roofing, siding, and windows, plus award-winning customer service. Get your estimate today at ridgetopexteriors.com and let them know Ridgetop Larry sent you.
Hi, I'm Sean Cleary. I'd like to take a quick 30 seconds and talk to you about the most important part of a Cleary building, the foundation. Without it, you won't be able to stand the test of time. At Cleary, our foundation is made up of some truly amazing people. Our Cleary family rises to the challenge every day, and it shows when that shamrock is applied. So if you are looking for a new challenge at our corporate office or out on the construction site, join the Cleary family today by clicking on careersatclearybuilding.com.
This is Gary D'Amato, senior writer for Killarney Golf Media and Wisconsin.golf. Visit Wisconsin.golf for the latest in golf news and feature stories about people, places, and tournaments in our state. And listen to Talking Golf on TPC Wisconsin to hear me spar with Dennis Tiziani. Wisconsin.golf and Talking Golf on the internet and on your radio dial, the voices of golf in Wisconsin.
And we're back at TPC Wisconsin along with Dave McCann, our engineer, Dennis Tiziani, Mike Heller. I'm Paul Brown, and joining us now is Bobbi Stricker. And in a couple of minutes, we're going to chat with Bobbi about Mackenzie Hahn, who is a friend and former teammate of Bobbi. And she just happens to be playing this weekend at the U.S. Women's Open at Pebble Beach in her first tournament. And that's got to be a cool thing, and we'll find out how Bobbi thinks about that and tell us a little bit about Mackenzie Hahn. But first of all, you and Izzy were part of the environment up there in Sentry World this past weekend. Bobbi, I know you took it in and you were part of the crowd, and who knows what else you were doing up there, but your general reaction to the whole weekend up at Sentry World.
Yeah, it was a blast. First of all, we had a lot of family and friends that came up to support, and yeah, it was. We kept saying it all weekend how cool it was that we felt the state of Wisconsin like really, really, really showed up. That third day, Jerry and Dad got to play together, so it was funny. They were in the second to last group, and we turned around a few times and we're like, how about having you're leading the tournament and you don't have anybody watching you practically. It felt like everybody was in that second to last group, but it was very cool.
Bobbi, I saw Izzy up there. Kari and I were walking around yesterday, and then I saw you behind 18. But Saturday must have been even more challenging to see any golf because people would think, oh, well, they're inside the ropes. Well, you're not. So how was that part of that experience? No, we have gotten spoiled lately, I feel like, on the Champions Tour. And not a dig to the Champions Tour, it's just that there's a less crowd compared to the PGA Tour when we were growing up. We feel like we've gotten spoiled where we can see every shot, and that was not the case this weekend. We were struggling. I actually got to a point where I was trying to go and look through legs instead of peering over shoulders. Right.
But that's just, I mean, yeah, you get annoyed by it, but on the other hand, it's cool that, people are excited, and like I said, it was cool.
Bobbi, you get a lot of time to think about this, and you got your own career and that kind of thing, but what your dad is accomplishing right now in the run he's on, and you live a 24/7 type thing in terms of the family and that kind of thing. Can you put into perspective from your way of thinking about what's going on right now and how this all feels and what it means?
Yeah. Growing up, and I've seen it, like you said, I've seen it. It's been my whole life. What my dad does and how he does it, and lately it's been the talk of like how old he is, right? Like this, he's on the senior tour. It's he's 56, and I don't feel like he's old, but he's old in the whole grand scheme of things in his game and his career. It's just kind of really put into perspective for me, like how much time he has put into this game. I get frustrated when I'm looking up to a person that is very exceptional, but also a lot older than me and has gone through the struggles that I'm experiencing now and maybe haven't even experienced yet. So if I'm relating it to myself, it's encouraging for sure, because this game doesn't, I think Bernhard said it this weekend, like this game doesn't know an age. And that's a very cool thing that we can play it forever. But, go ahead.
Well, Bobbi, I was also going to say, where your mom is concerned, she's front and center in this too. And I thought the cool thing yesterday, and they showed it a little bit on TV, is she was raking the trap on 18, because that's the job, right? You've been there, raking the trap, but then Steve's way up there, and he's walking
50 yards ahead of her.
He's getting the salutes, and everybody's cheering, and here comes Nikki carrying the big bag and a full run from the sand trap up to the back of the green. And Steve did notice, took his hat off and turned around, but the cheers the cheers were for Mom when she was running up back behind Steve. Yeah.
Hey,
Go ahead. She's an all-star.
Yeah.
She's an all-star, you bet.
No doubt.
Tell us about Mackenzie Hahn, your friend and colleague as far as golf is concerned. And she's got a big weekend coming up. She's at Pebble Beach for the tournament this weekend.
She is, and I'm so pumped for her. She qualified, won in a playoff in Illinois, kind of in like a really dramatic fashion. From what I understand, I was getting updates from actually Taylor McCorkle, who is another Wisconsin golfer, turned pro. She was out there too, and she was watching. I was getting updates, but yes, she made it out there to Pebble Beach. She's played, I think today was her second full 18 hole, and I haven't talked to her a ton. She did go to the merchandise tent though today and texted me 3 pictures of some clothes, so she got me some merch from the merchandise tent.
There you go.
But I'm so pumped. I'm so pumped for her. She's so excited.
Tell me about her game a little bit. What kind of a player is she?
Yeah. She hits it a mile. She's super, super strong, hits it super far, flushes all of her irons. She really doesn't miss a lot of shots. I think what she was worried about, and I think anybody going to Pebble, was around the greens, short game stuff. I practiced with her a few days before she left, and that's really all she was doing was chipping and putting, which I thought was a great idea. I mean, I've never been out to Pebble, and we all know what U.S. Opens are like with the rough and stuff. So, yeah, I'm sure for everyone it'll be a great test. I think she was just really excited for the whole experience. I mean, it's really kind of a once-in-a-lifetime thing. And she was just pumped to be able to experience it.
Bobbi, we decided we'll have a little fun with you here. You guys have played for the Badgers, and part of the bio is things off the course.
Oh.
That they talk about the individual players. And I'm going to give you 3 or 4 on Mackenzie and see if you match up on any of them, will you? Best meal.
I answer how I would answer?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Best meal to eat after a round.
Chipotle.
Hers is pasta. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Ooh.
Well,
okay, that's a good one.
Nothing wrong with that.
Here's one that I had no clue on. Go-to hype songs before a tournament. And the one she listed is Bobbi by Loud Luxury. Who in the...
Yeah, I don't know. Bobbi knows it, I'm sure.
Oh, I know that song.
Yeah.
I know that song. That's a Mackenzie pick.
What's on your earbuds before you go?
That's a great question. Anything kind of hype or rap, it kind of gets me fired up. I don't know. I don't have a particular song. It changes every time.
Okay.
How about any golf superstitions or rituals?
For me, it's the ball mark that I use. Kind of a weird thing. Like if I start marking it with one side and it's making putts, then I can't flip it over on the green. You know what I mean?
That works. Yeah, I like that.
How about a dream job?
Dream job, anything social media and having to do with the PGA Tour.
There you go. Hers is professional golfer.
Yeah, well,
and,
Bobbi's going to start there, and then when she's done, she'll go to...
Yeah.
Okay, and we'll close it out and find out what's your favorite place to hang out on campus when you were down there and with your life?
Probably the Terrace or the Union.
Yeah.
You match up on that one right there.
Yeah, that's
you two probably sat there
and
and...
spent a lot of time there.
Very good.
Bobbi, we're going to let you go. Thanks for giving us the rundown, and all the best to you.
Thank you, Bobbi.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys.
We'll be back after this timeout at TPC Wisconsin.
Your golf game need a pick-me-up? It's one-stop shopping only at Nevada Bob. Joel and his crew can equip you, dress you, teach you, and here's the best part. New or used, clubs, shoes, bags, carts, apparel, balls, you name it, and they got it. Isn't that right, Joel?
Your game, your store, always at the best price.
Life's better with an auto policy from American Family Insurance. No matter what dreams you're driving towards. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto coverage at the right price. You'll also save up to 23% when you bundle auto with home. American Family Insurance. Get a quote, find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Oak Park Place is a proud sponsor of the Golf and Vic radio show. While golfers need peace of mind to succeed on the course, Oak Park Place offers seniors and their loved ones peace of mind by providing the right balance of care centered around an active lifestyle. Hi, this is Pat Richter for Oak Park Place. Choose a senior living community with neighbors that become like family.
I am showing the
Oak
same.
Park Place Senior Living. Locations throughout Wisconsin. Visit oakparkplace.com to learn more.
Why drive an ordinary car when for the same monthly payment, you could be driving something extraordinary? Aaron Perkins, General Manager, Zimbrick European. Imagine yourself behind the wheel of a Mercedes-Benz, Audi, or Porsche. More safety, performance, and luxury, and way more fun. And getting more costs less than you think. Zimbrick European makes leasing affordable. Discover the value for yourself. Stop in and test drive a Mercedes-Benz, Audi, or Porsche today. Visit Zimbrick European and find out why leasing the car of your dreams makes so much sense.
It's time to lock in your tee time at University Ridge Golf Course. Now taking reservations up to 90 days in advance for the 2023 golf season. Book at universityridge.com. Proud host of the American Family Insurance Championship, University Ridge is a course for everyone with tees ranging from 5,000 to 7,200 yards. Even if you don't have time to play, stop out and play on the free putting course or pay $20 to hit practice balls for an hour on our grass tee practice range. Play where the Badgers and the pros play in 2023.
Welcome back. We are live at Luke and Anna's garage. Sean, what are we looking at here?
Well, Phil, Anna has taken over the garage with her candle business and left no room for lawn care storage. It looks like Luke has a 5-iron. No, make that a 4-iron to knock down the weeds around the house.
Great call, Sean. I don't think that 5-iron would have gotten it done.
It's a story as old as time, Phil. You gotta have the right tools for the job, and if you don't have a place to store the tools, then you should probably visit clearybuilding.com today.
A new year, and maybe it's time for new equipment. If yes, Nevada Bob's is the place to go. Jeff and Max are the fittest fitters around, and they can set you up from driver to putter and everything in between. And anything else golf-related, wheel and deal with Joel.
Your game, your store, always at the best price.
So here we go, back at TPC Wisconsin, talking golf. My name is Mike Heller. Paul Brown sits to my right. Dennis Tiziani is here. Let's get a TPC update. We're getting close. You know, when we're inside of 30 days, which we are, you know, your membership, which is going to continue to grow, starts to get excited. So how are we looking out here?
Well, it's really good. You
Yeah.
know, I go out obviously every day, and it changes every day, always for the better. Continue to top dress. Continue to fertilize, continue to roll. The area that I thought was slow, you know, the north side of the course, is caught up.
Yeah.
It's awesome, you know. So we'll be ready to go at worst in 3 weeks.
Yeah, I bet I walked it. I said this last week. We walked it a little bit on Sunday night, and then sure, Steve and Nikki and Bobby and Izzy are out on the gator walking around. They get off and they're looking at approaches and where they are. But I noticed then that I didn't find the spots that you're talking about where you said, well, it's still growing in, because to our eye, it is already awfully close, and we'll be having golf out here in, what, 3 weeks, you said?
3 weeks,
I mean, 2.5 for me, because you said I could go out early.
You know,
you could
Dennis,
go out and find balls in the rough. You can go out.
Mike, twice today, I saw him out on the 10,000 square foot putting green.
You didn't hear about that, did you?
He's out putting twice
I won't
today.
say anything about it.
He asked me if I could make the holes bigger.
He did?
On the putting green, and I had to turn them down. He
Turn
wanted bigger
me down.
holes.
Yeah.
10,000 square foot putting green, and it's got 12 cups on it.
Oh, yeah,
as
but
we
he
sit
wanted
here.
them bigger.
Yeah.
He
Did
did
you hear what I said? Yeah.
Yeah.
He wanted them bigger. So
I
he
want
could
them bigger
make
on the
less.
course. I don't care if they're bigger out here.
man.
But
Now,
once we
I'm going to
play-
give it away. He was watching you putt, and I
Yeah.
think he noticed something, but he said he wasn't going to tell you.
Oh, well, now I get to ask when the show ends.
Yeah. I think you spotted something, didn't you?
I told you what it was, but he would.
Well, I was going to.
Nobody's told me what it was.
I'm certainly no authority to tell him what to do, but
Oh,
you
yeah.
saw something
Oh,
when
yeah.
you were looking out the window.
Yeah.
So we got to say goodbye, and that's
Okay,
probably
it's
a pretty good thing. when
probably
you
a
think
good
about
time
it,
to go.
But anyway, happy 4th of July, everybody. Hope everybody has a great time on the holiday, and we're going to wrap it up here from TPC Wisconsin for now, and invite you back next week. So for Dave McCann, along with Dennis Tiziani, Mike Heller, I'm Paul Brown, and that's another edition of Talking Golf at TPC Wisconsin.